Hey guys, I'm Carlin. Thank you for checking out this video. Today I'm going to be unboxing the Liforme yoga mat. I am very eager to introduce this to my home practice. I currently am using a Lululemon mat, which has been great as a commitment to myself and investment to the work that I'm doing. I did want to add this as a supplemental mat, so I do see taking my Lululemon one to and from class. But I feel like this one will really help me in my everyday practice at home as I work on things like alignment and the foundations, and help me to better self-correct when I don't have a teacher right there with me. So I hope you find this video helpful, and if you have any questions as you're kind of thinking about whether you want to get a mat like this, please leave a comment below. It is a little bit on the pricier side. But what I appreciate is the attention to detail and the design that they put into it. So I feel like I already feel more confident in my just like morning routine, because that is something that I do kind of not worry about, but it tends to be top of mind as I am moving through poses, and I kind of get in my head about it of you know, is my foot at the right angle? And I feel like I'm constantly like watching myself. So I'm hoping that this will be a quick and easy way to troubleshoot those foundational elements of where my feet are rooted, where my body is, and then modify that way as I increase in my own spatial awareness of my body. So that was kind of a short story long of why I got this mat. And just to add to that, I originally began doing Iyengar style yoga, where there is an emphasis on using props, and the alignment component is very much an important piece of that style of yoga. So again, for the type of yoga that I like to do, which is a combination of doing like vinyasa and flow, and then on the other hand doing more yin restorative, having those foundational components of it, I feel like is an area that I don't want to say I struggle, because I want to give myself patience and grace, but it's an area where I want to improve, and I don't want to make it harder than it needs to be. So I will walk through the unveiling of the Liforme yoga mat in this video. I'll be comparing it against the Lululemon mat that I currently use today. I apologize in advance. I have not cleaned my mat since I used it yesterday, and it's like definitely craving a cleaning. So just please disregard that. A little embarrassing. And then what else did I want to mention? There was one other thing. What was it? Oh, yeah. So I decided to get a pink mat for feng shui purposes. So this is going to be used in my home practice, in my yoga space or I guess you can call it like a yoga nook that I set up. And pink is known in feng shui to evoke feelings of compassion, love, relaxation, and I think the other one is understanding. And I liked all of those in terms of like what I'm bringing to the mat every day. It's kind of heavy. So it's wrapped up in this paper. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. So they have these little stickers on it. I guess it's like L for Liforme, I'm guessing. And then has a QR code. I never use QR codes. I'm surprised they still get used, but you know, that's a marketing thing. Why am I stumbling through this? This is just paper. Come on, stickers. Ah, it's a cute idea initially. I wish I had been a little bit more patient. Jeez, too excited over here, you guys. I'm just too excited. There we go. This is silly. Okay. Yeah. Hi, Henry. You're a good boy. Henry is just taking it easy on this lazy Sunday afternoon. So here's the mat completely laid out. I love that it laid out flat immediately. With this one, as you can see, it has the line down the middle, and then it has sort of this diamond shape on the end, and then a couple different markers. Another thing I wanted to compare it to is size-wise, how it compares to my first mat, because online it said that it's slightly larger, just by a couple of inches. So for reference, that's how much longer it is than the Lululemon mat. And then that's how much wider. So not a huge difference between the two mats, but it's definitely just slightly longer and wider. So that is the mat. I noticed some tags on the bag I want to take a closer look at. Let's see here. It tells us what they believe. Challenging the norm and pushing boundaries, okay. Support stability and cushioning, got it. Longer and wider. I don't know what mat they're comparing it to, but like what we just looked at was not that much of a difference. So it makes me feel good about the mat that I already had, but I don't think that's what they were going for. Here we go. So there is a how it works in this booklet. Let's see, carefully designed for all body shapes and sizes. And it breaks down the different parts of the mat and what they are there for. So that is helpful. And I believe that this is on their website too. And then they gave an example of one pose, how to leverage the mat to do a yoga pose. I think my expectation was for a little bit more instruction. I'm looking to see if I maybe missed anything, and I did not. So that's a little underwhelming. So I feel like I am probably gonna have to go online and learn a little bit more about how to leverage this in the most useful way, which is fine. Now I wanna try rolling it up and see if I can get it back into the bag. So I did notice it's not a reversible mat. The bottom is just like this dark color. Oh, it does feel nice though. Okay, let's see how this goes. Is it just me, or is rolling up mats sometimes stressful? Okay, so I didn't roll it up perfectly. It's not totally even, but I want to see if this is something that they put in enough wiggle room to account for that. Barely. I struggle with this all the time in class. There we go. Okay. Okay. That'll work. It's like you finish your practice and you're all zen, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, my mat. Okay, so I just did a basic roll and was able to get it back in the bag without too much struggle. Now I'm gonna see if I can roll it up the way that I normally roll my mat and see if it will handle that too. So what I normally do is I take my practice side and have that face up, fold it in a little over half. You can see here. I hope this will work. And then I take the bottom and I start to make a little roll here. And then I roll it up from there. So it seems to handle that okay. There we go. So that was a bit easier for me. So this will definitely work for me in the sense that I can utilize the bag, which is something that I was a little worried about since I do roll my mat a little bit differently than maybe other people. And I will go into detail about that in another video because I do appreciate being able to protect the part that I practice on. This may or may not be a thing if I just use this at home, but if I do decide to take it to class, I want to be able to travel with it in a way that's like not going to get all dirty and ugh. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you find some valuable information, and best of luck to you guys. Bye, yogis.